Is Bennifer on the rocks once again? And why is it JLo's fault? Let's discuss. So all in all, Ben Affleck tends to be a more low-key person compared to JLo, minus them both working in the public eye, obviously. So Jennifer recently launched a new album, This Is Me Now, with a self-financed $20 million multimedia campaign. Then you've also got the experimental film, This Is Me Now, a love story, all about the rekindling of her romance with Ben. And then there was the Prime documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which is about the making of the record and the film. If this is sounding repetitive and excessive, it is. So when Ben pops up in the documentary, it's to express concern that his private love story is becoming used for something he didn't particularly want. So this whole media spectacle is actually named after a scrapbook that Ben gifted Jennifer for Christmas, like ages ago, stacked with every letter and email they'd written to each other over the last 20 years. Now Jennifer showed the book to her producers and songwriters on the first day of making this new album, but she did it without asking or telling Ben. She's like, oh, it was just like our Bible, we left it in the studio. Now this revelation comes within the first 5 minutes of the doc. And right out of the gate, Ben is not shy about his discomfort. He's absolutely shocked that Jennifer would share something so personal with her collaborators. And now, of course, with the whole wide world, it's quite clear that JLo and Ben are like kind of blended family. So one thing that's cute is that JLo and Ben are kind of blended family goals. They've got their ex-spouses that are happy, and it also seems like they're kind of antsy about welcoming another member to the family. Yeah, apparently they want a kid together. Now, well, JLo has repeated this sentiment for quite some time. Soon after she and Ben got together, well, sure, some insiders claim that she's got baby fever. She's talking about it nonstop. But then also, she's just trying to convince Ben to welcome this baby via surrogacy. And recently, apparently, she got him to cave in. Somebody was like, yeah, she nagged him until he went along with it. Which, not a good move. A baby isn't an accessory. It's a commitment, and not something you should be nagged into doing. And it's not going to save your marriage. During their last outing together, the pair appeared super strained, with neither of them cracking a smile as they grabbed lunch together. They've appeared tense during a lot of their previous outings, including when they were embroiled in quite a heated discussion during their St. Bart's getaway. Just months earlier than this, back in September, Jen was seen looking very, very tense as she sat in the passenger seat of a car near Ben as they drove around LA. I'm all for a pap walk, but look happy, guys. They also raised eyebrows when they were seen attending the premiere of The Mother. In a very awkward moment while posing on the red carpet, Jen had a big frown on her face, and she was gesturing to Ben, and he looked angry. Yes, a lip reader did clarify that it wasn't an argument, but super awkward. After this, they soon reverted to Hollywood mode. They had these big grins, big kisses, but it's giving cover up. So when you look at JLo, most of her relationships, if not all of them, have always been in the spotlight. She's been in all these high-profile relationships, and they've made headlines all over the world. So let's pick one, 2017, when she was dating former New York Yankee Alex Rodriguez. Now, rumors spread that she would only consider marrying him if he agreed to a list of demands. What were these? Well, you can't talk to any woman under 40, which, why? Ew. Also, JLo loved his physique and wanted to guarantee that he won't let himself go once they get married. Now, we know those two didn't work out. She's with Ben, but what rules did Ben have to agree to get back to this relationship? Because if she had that much control over her previous relationships, I don't think she's giving it up anytime soon. And that's not it. So lately, multiple reports claim Ben and Jen are living apart, which has been confirmed by multiple sources and in multiple outlets. First off, TMZ, May 16th, they're Ben's been staying at a Brentwood home all by himself. And then JLo was seen house hunting in Beverly Hills without Ben and set with some gal pals, which feels very obvious and spiteful. Now, one insider said he's focusing on his work and his kids, but he's already moved out. They'll likely have to sell the dream house they spent 2 years searching for. Now, it's only been a year since these guys bought this $60 million mansion. It's called an estate. That's how big this place is. So if JLo is just house hunting on her own, red flag. So just recently, JLo was asked point blank about the truth behind the divorce rumors. This was during a press conference for Atlas, her new Netflix movie. And after briefly laughing it off, she leaned in and was like, you know better than that. Completely dodging the question, but it's we want to know. Her co-star, Simu Liu, also scolded the question, saying into the mic, come on, don't come in here with that, which prompted not one, but a couple of double looks from folks online who think there might be more to that duo. Lopez was also solo for her co-chairing duties at the Met Gala, with a lot of folks surprised that Ben would skip such a huge event. Co-hosting the Met Gala is a huge deal. Ben is said to have been working, he's too busy. But then he was on his own while appearing at the roast of Tom Brady, which was also May 5th, the night before the Met Gala. So You're too busy, but you're doing other social things? What did Jen tell him to do? A March 19th post about red flags from relationship coach Elena Marsak went viral after it was revealed that JLo had pressed like. The post in question read, "You cannot build a healthy relationship with somebody who lacks integrity and emotional safety, doesn't respect your time, doesn't think it's important to call or text back in a respectable time frame, lacks effective communication skills, and what was the other thing? Oh right, doesn't know who they are or what they want." Which seems like she's kind of subtweeting that. The caption added, "You can't build a relationship with someone who is disconnected from themselves. We can't expect someone to see us when we can't even see them. Getting in a relationship is the easy part. Nurturing and fostering it is a different story. After all, love is not a feeling, it's an action." Which, is she trying to tell us something? Now, if you didn't know, because I've already mentioned it a lot today, that whole documentary on Prime, giving the behind the scenes look into the new album and the movie. So some of the fans who watched it were like, Jen, we're gonna fact check you. You lied a little bit. In one scene, she poses in front of the mirror of her personal gym. She's shaking out her hair and she's like, "Oh, I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block, crazy little girl who used to be effing wild and no limits. All dreams." Yeah, cute in theory. However, TikTok user Photos by Angela slammed the star in a series of videos because she claimed to have gone to the same Catholic high school as Jennifer and accused her of lying about her experience living in the Bronx. She was like, "We both attended an all-girls high school in an Irish and Italian neighborhood. So you weren't running up and down the block." And this isn't the only lie she's been exposed for lately. She's long been accused of not actually singing on her albums, and singer Natasha Ramos took to TikTok to shed light on that. Now Natasha, who has a voice very similar to Jennifer's, was hired to sing the demo of Jenny from the Block. The production team liked her voice so much that they asked her to record 5 more songs for the album. Now Natasha did receive $3,500 and a backup singer's credit. However, as she claims, and as the original demo demonstrates, it's really only her voice in the final track. And not only in the choruses, it's her laugh and her yelling, "From the Bronx." JLo only sings in the verse. So, how is this relevant? Well, if these are just the lies that JLo tells the general public, what lies does she tell her husband? That's gonna cause badness in a marriage. Also, JLo has a habit of being quite a diva. When have you heard Ben making crazy demands for press tours or similar situations? An old interview from JLo recently resurfaced, and she's got a lot to say, and none of it's good. Would you like an example? Well, here's what she had to say about 2 major stars at the time, starting with Gwyneth Paltrow. "Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work." Okay, what about what she had to say about Madonna? "Do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think she's a great actress? No. Acting is what I do. So I'm harder on people when they say, 'Oh, I can do that. I can act.' I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft." Now, the funny thing about this is JLo said this after only having Selena and Anaconda under her belt for her acting career, which that's embarrassing. So I'm glad people are calling her out for this. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if you're bad-mouthing people, what are you saying behind closed doors? What are you saying to your husband? And finally for today, another insider source claimed they've known Ben for more than 10 years and everything is a fight for him and Jen. The only satisfaction he gets in life is overcoming when the odds are stacked against him. Now that they're reunited, the ego battle between Ben and Jennifer was always on full display and is only really eclipsed by the obvious passion and respect they have for one another. But there has to be an easier path, and you have to ask why they want their marriage to be this way in the first place. I'm guessing for publicity? And in Jen's case, to promote her new work based on their love story. But I have a feeling the moment this whole tour cycle ends, so will the marriage, publicly, because it ain't looking great. Other than that, folks, I've been Alexa. See y'all here next time beyond the screen.